What would your masterminds look at my business and go, Brian could probably use a bunch of capital and do a bunch of marketing, and then we could take his business. What would you see?
I mean, I know what my first thing. I mean, I look at you're building community, which I think is more important than the money side of things.
Yeah.
Because most companies build a company to make money. Most companies don't build a company to build a community.
Yeah.
Or they're not building a company to train other people to do what they do.
Yeah.
No, they do marketing as a function to increase sales directly. Like
Correct.
you go to a website, process a transaction.
Right.
So
I mean, if I put my marketing hat on, right, what you could do.
you never take it off. So.
It never comes off. I'm always thinking marketing. I would say like understanding who's visiting your website. So like we have tools for that, but you understanding who's visiting your website so you could build up your email marketing.
Yeah.
So like let's say you get how many hits a month you get to your website? Do you know?
Don't even know.
So let's say you did 10,000, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but let's say you did 10,000, and out of those 10,000, if you're doing 1,000 sales a month, it would probably be good to know what the other 9,000 people are doing, what pages they're visiting, how long they're spending on your website, so that way you can understand how you can maybe improve upon your website. But more importantly, then you're capturing their data and you're turning them you're adding them to your email marketing campaign.
Or
right? That's one aspect.
building your community.
Yeah.
You know, because knowing who visits is a first function of, all right, there's prospective people who will join your community and everything.
Yeah.
That's just the value we see in like the data part of it of, who the heck's landing on your page, where they are. Or if you do an event like world championships or regional events, you pass out flyers or people know, oh, that's a tabletop competitor, or oh, that's your son. You usually get a bounce in hits of, you see the sweatshirts, like they're going to Google Tabletop Village, and you can see, oh, this event, we had 2,000 more people on the site. I wonder where they came from. And you say, oh, they're from California or they're from Denver. Then you use that as part of your, your social media person, like, oh, Denver is like trending. So let's create content catered to that audience. So that's how you use it. Not necessarily paid advertising, but the data, the info.
The data to also find out what's our next location that we could hit, that we already hit Florida, Chicago, Denver. Oh, the website is getting a lot of hits from New Orleans. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you have more traffic coming from
New
one
Orleans.
area, right, then you could push content out specific to that community.
Yeah, and that's not paid, but your social media person, like Florida's just popping right now for whatever reason. We know there's going to be a tournament there in 3 months. You go hot and heavy with, hey, in 2 months we're going to be here. Vote for this and enter this, and we'll be here. We're going to give away something. So that way you create anticipation, and now they're feeding in like follow us to subscribe to learn more, grand opening special, or whatever promotions you want to run.
Yeah.
And you just build it that way. Because the viral nature will come where at the events they're like, okay, I followed you guys already.
See how I got this free marketing for you at home. Got you some free marketing advice. Remember that.
And then I would say even see who else you could partner with, right? So like you see a value in what you're doing for Pokemon as it incorporates, like I didn't even think of, like math and how to think on the spot about things, right?
Yeah.
So you found a need and you're filling that need. So like maybe like
A tutoring company, maybe.
a tutoring company, or like Tim Kennedy, if you know who Tim Kennedy is, but he opened up schools, and he's opened up more schools because he doesn't like how public schools are run nowadays, right? So you partner with a company like that where you can bring your teaching of Pokemon into his curriculum.
Yeah.
I think kids.
I
think teachers and parents are looking for more creative ways to keep kids engaged. And like Pokemon, oh my gosh! If I'm learning math,
Well, that's not a game you could AI, because now kids eat AI stuff for homework now. But you do this game, you actually have to use your brain. You can't tell me which card to play unless you play the app. I mean, this is real. So you're using like real skills and not depending on something. So
and let's get these folks away from the
Screen.
from the screen in their house. Let's get out the social aspect too,
Yeah.
because a lot of kids are losing that whole social. They're hiding behind a phone.
Screen.
They're hiding behind a screen. They're hiding behind a keyboard. Let's get them in front of.
I'll cheers to that.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I'm pushing my glass.